And before we get started, make sure you click the subscribe button, click the bell, make sure that you click all to get all the notifications for the videos that I drop. Yo, what is up, everybody? It's your boy Ghostdog back in the house. And as you can see, coming from the thumbnail and title of the video, we have a war video, but not just one, not just two. We have 3 war videos. I didn't take many fights in all 3 of the wars, so I figured I'd save them. I was gonna make one video out of the first 2, then I was like, I got busy, so I made a war video out of the 3. Now, the 3, I do have 1 boss fight, 1 death, as you see in the thumbnail. And I'll go off from there. So this first war is against LOZ, -Z, and got taking path 4 Domino. And we got a Nimrod here, getting the boost going. And so we are in tier 1. We finished off in tier 1 at the end of last season. We started off in tier 1 at the end of last season, beginning of last season. We finished as a Plat 1 Alliance. And looking to push our way into Masters, the back end of Masters. So very important that we have clean fights throughout the season. So this Domino fight, if I could, I would, but I figured, you know what, I wasn't gonna speed some of these up, and I was like, nah, I'll get one big long 19-minute video from me. So basically what the node does, it has a heal block and you get a fatigue build up on you. I think it's you're staying too close. So I think is why I didn't let the fatigue fall off enough before I got ready to throw that first special 2. There you can see she also decks the kick, and then that no matters. The shots did their job. Domino down. Next node here, I do. Also a very similar node, another heal block, fatigue. I'm going in with CGR for this fight and for Gore, so I'm going to go ahead and boost up, do an 8% and a 150, along with it involved, I believe, for these next 2 fights. I'm more comfortable with it, going with CGR. Essentially, we're just going to do our standard CGR rotation, trying to not lose too much health. Now, parrying can be tricky with IDOOM, as you can see right there. I'm trying to get the parry in, so I said, you know what, I'll just go ahead and do the medium combo. Now I'll get the parry in and do the heavy. And I have to do the dex because he was unblockable. So I think what I try to do here is I still go ahead and try to, I go ahead and let off the special 2. Judgment still apply somewhat, and not just reset. And then I got back to a special 2. Now I'm able to do crits, and he's down. So that was about a 40-second fight. Moving on to path 8 in section 2, where we were facing Gore. And I believe it didn't change the node too much on this one. Essentially, I believe whoever has, no, that might be the next node. I believe both these zones might have it, but one or the other, you have more buffs. Check my boost. Still good to go in bone boost, so I'm going ahead and go in. And while recording this, we are already had started War 4. So I hope to have this out to you guys Thursday morning my time. Standard Gore rotation, standard CGR rotation, big special 2, get almost back to another special 2, let him throw his special 1, and then that was game over. 7-star Gore, I believe on rank 2, I didn't look, I didn't care. So moving on from that fight to my last fight, which wasn't supposed to be my last fight, but it was my last fight. Storm Pyramid X. So I'm taking Storm Pyramid X with Nimrod, As you can see, all the work in this war was done by Nimrod and CGR. I did have one more champ on the team that was supposed to take one more fight, but thanks to my BG officer, Oz, he stole my mini boss fight and kind of left me hanging. So I was like, all right, cool. I will do without the mini boss fight. So here, just trying to avoid the glancing, getting rid of the prowess. Trying to get back to another special 2. I do just before or what I thought was just before the the shocks, the tide turned, but it turned right as I was doing it. So now I'm just baiting things out in the corner, trying to get back. There we go. And that one now is game over. So that is the end of War 1. War 1, pretty clean war. No items needed as far as potions. No revives. Clean war is what we like to see. We did end up winning this war. So we started off 1-0 on the season. I actually am showing up here, moving up just to do a wiggle on the screen. And the mini boss was sitting right there on the right side, second node that I was supposed to take. That is now no longer there, Oz. Thanks, I appreciate that. He cleaned up well, as you can see, no death, so you can only be so mad, right? So moving on, this team is Scorpion, Spidey, Stealth, and Magneto versus Loxy. Going in with that team, and this is a war where I actually end up messing up. I followed the plan almost. Almost. And I'll talk about where I messed up at. I only had 3 fights. So I had Path 3, Section 2. I looked up like I was going to be actually able to jump up, and obviously that's not the way this works. You have to go to the middle, then go back to the path. Yeah, so I had that future Ant-Man right there on that node, where I believe if he gets a buff, he glances a bunch. I don't know if they changed that too, or if you get a bleed if they have an armor up. So we're going to be using Magneto for these first 2 fights. Yeah, there's the thorns damage right there. So we'll be using the good old mags with the Wolverine relic. I think I don't think we really used any. I know we used boost. I think we just used the rainbow boost. Might have went on ahead and gone involved just to be on the safe side. More so for, I think we didn't use it here. I wasn't as concerned about it here as I was for the Wolverine fight. This fight is pretty safe as long as the inputs don't cause any issues. So I'm just sitting here thinking about it. So I finally go in, and man, that really cuts that off. Let's see if I can adjust that accordingly. Make that just a little bit more cool there for you guys. There we go. Some editing, why editing? Alright, so really all you do is you let the magnetism hit, and right there I did have a drop input, but nothing to pay, I didn't pay the price or anything. And just basically parry heavy, 70% chance to turn the node off, which the node is pretty much off. And all I'm doing is trying to get to my special, and man, you can't even see the special bars. Let me fix that for you too. I thought I had it adjusted to where it would show everything, and then now it's like, no, you do not. All right, so there you go. Now you can see the specials. My apologies. Now to a special 3, and then he launches a special 1. I thought I dexed that last part, but I guess I mistimed it. Get to 40 prowess. You know what? That should be enough. Go ahead and get the crush going, and the crush does that, and the shrapnel bleed pretty much takes him out. So there is Ant-Man feature done and dusted. Did throw up, moved up to Weapon X using Wolverine, using Magneto here too. I think it took me a minute because I went back to go look at the assignment just to make sure I'm using the right champ. It's like Weapon X. Who am I using again? Oh, that's right. I'm using Magneto again, which I should come back to it here very soon, and then move on. So I think just double checking, conversating with. I use my tablet for these particular fights, so I was able to conversate online on my phone. Actually waiting for. We do heal up almost to full, and then here we go ahead and throw on our invulnerability boost, and I only needed it for this fight, so I probably could have thrown it on for the Ant-Man future fight, and maybe I saved myself a potion, but nonetheless, we're here. We are here, and that's where we're at. All right, so another. I really should have fast forwarded these for you guys. So usually he can reverse heal. I'm assuming I've got a Weapon X finally. I've only got him rank 3 unawakened. So I really haven't looked into his abilities much. I don't fight him that often. I do know that you try to get him to go berserk in the lower power bars. So that right there, which is what I heard. And then I was like, that didn't feel right. Not gonna lie, slightly nervous. There I'm trying to dex out and then get the dex. So now I'm bleeding. And obviously he's bleed resistant, but he still takes damage, right, from the punches. Now I realize here, okay, we're back to playing the game. He's out of his berserk mode. So I'm just trying to parry heavy, get to about 40 charges. There we go, we're at 40 charges. It's the last fight I need Magneto for, so didn't have to worry about taking any more damage. And then there, we launch that, and then he launches that special 2, and then the shrapnel bleed does his job. So, there's Magneto's 2 fights, 2 up, 2 down. Couple of nicks, but we survived. There's only 2 fights I needed him for. So moving on to this American Chavez fight. And this American Chavez has ebb and flow knockdown. So I was advised to use a Power Start 1, parry, launch the Power Start 1, and get rid of the ebb and flow, and then put on Web Foam and hit her with a combo to get the Web Foam going, and then just pause the Fury and go to town. You're gonna see the mistake I made later on. So I'm just kind of confirming what was told to me. I think, do I go ahead? Yeah. I almost went in with the invulnerability boost, which would have been a mistake. So now I'm going in with the Power Start 1, which is what I was advised to do in the war plan. I think I could have got away with it if I just would have parried heavy. But the Power Start 1 gives you the cruelty on the special 1. So there, I messed up. So there I said parry. Then I said, okay, here we go. Now we have that going. Now we have the. So what I didn't do, and I wasn't paying attention. I realized she went on stop. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? And she went unstoppable again. I was like, whoa, what's the deal? So I was like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't have a slow up, so let me get my slow up. Now I'm in business. Now I can dex and pause the Fury and the cruelty and go to work, right? I'm like, cool, now I'm doing my damage. There ain't nothing she can do about it. Nothing she can do about it. Right? And then I said, oh, special 2. And that's where I messed up. It was at that moment I knew I had messed up. Why? Because she got the invulnerability from debuffs. So then when I dexed, I didn't have the slow up anymore. And then the unstoppable came back. And the unstoppable came back and therefore caused me to get blasted by a special one with all those prowess and die. I had to go back and watch that. I was like, what happened? What did I do wrong? Because I knew it was me and not how I was explained to do the fight. I went back and looked at it. I said, oh, okay. So there you can see I go back immediately. Start with the special one. And then I should have, and then I realized, I was like, I gotta wait. Okay. I was like, man, and now she's just throwing heavy. So, okay, now I can go to town. And now I can lay that debuff now that she's not debuff immune. And now I can dex to pause my fury and the cruelty. And don't knock her down anymore. Just hit her. And as you can see with me pausing the fury, that is keeping my slow up. I don't even necessarily have to do another slow. I don't have to put up another slow the rest of the fight. I just do my medium, light, medium finishers. Actually, I think I think I just going medium, light, medium. Honestly, not even trying to accidentally have that fourth light kick in there because there was no need for it. And I actually thought about here, like, well, now I'm at a special 3. Should I just go ahead and kill her out? I could have done it there. I was like, nah, I'll just go ahead and finish it off the way I've been doing it. And there we go. She is down. And that's all I had to do the first time. I would not have had my death for the season. But I don't know. I just completely forgot. So now moving on to War 3 versus Blackjack. BD3R something, I think. Or Blackjack and Joker, I think is the full name of the alliance. So here I'm jumping in with Stealthy, Shuri, and Fury. And we're going to use Stealthy here versus Mysterio on Path 9 Hazard Shift. If you are a Sugar Pill or Decay Attacker, I'm sorry, and you have your debuffs up, you take no damage from damage over time debuffs. So nothing to worry about. Now I'm throwing this 20% boost because I'm thinking I should be able to get to all, if all my fights or most of my fights tonight. I only had 4. And the main thing I was waiting on, I actually have the boss. I have the Quicksilver boss I have to fight here at the end. It was a sketchy fight, so join me in watching that and have some fun with it because it was scary. But here we go. We can put the web foam on because he is a Sugar Pill attacker. So the biggest thing we want to do here is we want to get the debuffs up. I backed out just to make sure my web foam stuck because I heard people were having problems with their pre-fights showing up when they put them on. I wanted to make sure my web foam was there. All right. So this is a standard stealthy fight at this point. You just want to get the web foam up and then you can dex all you need to. Now this doesn't stay paused as long because I don't have the Fury. Now, he's got an indestructible, but I wanted to get another slow up, which got my Fury going. And then I want to get to a special 2, which I throw a big special 2 there. Now he can do his degen thing. And one thing that we learned, at least from this fight, obviously one, you can't miss with Stealthy. I already knew that. But his special 1, you can do damage after he throws a special 1 if you are a Decay attacker. I don't know if that is a mistake. Or what, but the damage reflect did no damage. And we're almost done. And I want to get another, I got one more, I got one more I can put on. That way I can dex comfortably and then not have to worry about the unstoppable. And there it is. Stealthy. Cold-blooded, man. Cold-blooded. That dude's a cold-blooded killer. Great for work. So on to section 2, path 2. I only show this because right now my BG is at 0 deaths with 3 fights left. Guess who had all 3 fights? Man, And all that, the only thing that was told me was, hey, no pressure. We've won the war, but the BG's currently at 0. I said, so no pressure? Like, yeah, no pressure, really, honestly. Like, yeah, okay. So if I die, no one's going to rag me. Like, yeah, no, yeah, right. So now I'm going ahead and boost it up. And I know I'm taking Nick Fury versus the Quicksilver boss. I actually had debated, talked about it with my BG leader Oz to see if Stealthy would be a good option for that as well, just so that I can save Fury for later. And he was like, honestly, Fury's going to be better, but if you want to use Stealthy, you can. But I think Fury's just going to be a better option for you. So, okay, cool. He said, just don't die in the first life, and you'll be all right. You can heal up. If you die in the first life, you're going to make the boss fight a whole lot tougher. I said, yeah. All right, so we get all the boosts going, and we put a advanced start 1. And the reason why I go with advanced start 1 over the invulnerability boost is so that I can get my tactical charges going sooner than later. Because once he goes into the untouchable mode, you want to be able to contact that. And there you go. Now I throw my special 1 just before I get to the special 2. That way I can throw another special 1 not long after. Right there. Now I'm at 8 tactical charges versus... And you can see there, I went to try to go get his untouchable going while he was still in the special, but it didn't matter. I had the tactical charges. You know, I'm up to 11 now with this special 1. And then pretty much another 5-hit combo, I think pretty much does the job. I don't even know if I got the full 5. Nope, I did a slight strike or 2 to kind of finish things off. So, pretty easy fight. Not too many things that could actually mess you up there. As you can see, I was getting placebo buffs, but because they weren't mystic attackers, there was nothing to worry about. He's not a super. So now we got this Domino. I've never used Shuri versus Domino before. I've seen it done, just never did it. So don't judge me. Do not judge me. And now I know why the aspect ratios look different. All right, so the thicker aspect ratios, or that cover the whole screen, are on my tablet, and the ones that have the black bars at the top are done on my phone. Because sometimes I do my fights at work. But I was on my lunch break when I did this one, so I wasn't actually on the clock. Or was I? I was actually on the clock. I take that back. I was in the bathroom. Quotation marks. So just push it over to her special 2. Getting and I probably could have took Shuri to a special 2. I know that if I do a special 2 while I got these shocks up, it does more damage. Still kind of a novice when it comes to Shuri. So any tips, tricks, anything like that to help me with my Shuri gameplay would be greatly appreciated. But as you can see there, it was a pretty relatively easy fight. I do know that her ability accuracy can't be reduced by Domino, so not a lot of crit failure or crit failure to worry about. So now moving on to the boss island here. Moving up to the boss, the last fight. We are 49 fights in, no deaths as a BG. We put up our first donut of the season as a battle group. We've had some pretty low number deaths, but we haven't had a donut yet. And so we wanted this donut. Everybody was like, donut time. It's time to get donuts. It's a donut delivery on the way. I'm like, man, you guys mess with me. All right, so on his way into Quicksilver fight. So Nick Fury is great for Quicksilver because he starts off with 6 tactical charges because he is an Avenger, so his evade is not a thing to worry about. You can't really parry him, and I really haven't fought him enough to get the timing down for intercepting, but right now his fight's going pretty darn good. He did get a Dex in there, which I thought was pretty awesome. It's like, huh, AI Dexing. Alright, so I want to get to a point where I can. There we go. And that's what I want to do. I want to be able to throw my special 1 to get my tactical charges back up. And I really want to get to a point where I'm unblockable, but I actually, if you'll see here, I actually mess it up. I really didn't want to get to the special, him to get to the special 2, because I am terrible at his special 2. So I think I just block it. There you go. I do try to dex right here, but this time, and then I get parried. I'm like, what in the world? So then my indestructible goes, I think that was 1 or 2. Might have been all 3, who knows? Oh, there's the last one. Now I'm unblockable. Well, instead of hitting him, I throw the special 1. I should have just hit him. And this is the point I was like, man, what did I do? And now he's evading me. And I'm like, oh boy. Oh boy. And now I'm out of my first life, and he's still at 67%. I'm like, oh my God. So I had to regroup. I got my tactical charges up to 11, and I was like, all right, bet. Don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. All right, so now I'm unblockable. So I was like, cool, I just need him to back off. So I throw my striker, and at that point, I knew it was game over. Like, I knew there was nothing he could do. All I had to do was stay unblockable. Even if he goes back to block, I'll be good. I want to try to bait out the special 1. Still unblockable, which is always a great thing. Big special 2. 38.7K on the end of that special 2 to finish out that fight and secure the donut. I was in the bathroom shaking. I was like, man. So I go out, I show it, I leave. Oh, wait a minute, I need to screenshot that. Go back, I screenshot it, send it to the Alliance. Like, yo, donuts on the house, baby. And that's going to be it for this war video. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys like these longer, multiple war formats, let me know. If not, tell me, and I'll try to come down and make them a little bit shorter. But if you did, make sure you hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And I hope this helps somebody out in the future. Until then, it's your boy Ghostdog signing out. Peace.